Everything changed in the car. We were pulling into our driveway in the Bronx after a long, hard day when my mom's phone buzzed. She glanced at the screen and suddenly her whole expression shifted. She told my dad to stop the car. For a second, I thought we had hit something. Instead, she turned around with a smile so wide it looked like it might burst. My dad leaned over the seat, grinning like he could not hold it in any longer. Clarissa, you got accepted into Prep for Prep. The car instantly transformed into a celebration. My brother screaming, my mom beaming with joy, and my dad honking the horn like we had just won a championship. I sat there stunned, overwhelmed, realizing that this one message was about to launch me into a future bigger than anything I had imagined. When my mother first mentioned Prep for Prep, I wasn't surprised. My older brother Danny had gone through the whole process and is now a thriving 7th grader at the Buckley School. Deep down, I knew my parents were hoping I would follow the same path. I kept thinking about everything my brother gets to dive into now. The way he lights up when he talks about the debate club, the pride he carries from being part of the Glee Club. When he talks about school these days, it sounds less like a place he goes and more like a place that is helping him grow into someone he did not even know he could become. As excited as I was about prep, I did have some flashes of doubt that day in the car. 14 months of intense classes to get ready for independent school is a lot to ask. I would have to give up those Saturdays in Queens when my cousins and I turned the living room into a loud, messy playground of board games, movies, and jokes that stay with me long after I leave. I would have to miss the trip to Guyana for my grandmother's 75th birthday celebration. We had been planning it for months, imagining the way her whole face would brighten when she saw all of us walk through the door. Still, I put those feelings aside and embraced the joy of getting into such a competitive program. Fast forward to 2 weeks later. There is no joy, no celebration. I am standing in front of Miss Watson Johnson, my no-nonsense Prep for Prep Latin teacher. She is also a prep alum who studied classics at Yale. I am holding a quiz with a bright red 20% screaming from the top of the page. 20%? I didn't know grades went that low. My stomach dropped as I imagined handing it to my mom. She was only used to seeing A+ work from me. But when I did, she did not sigh or frown. She simply rested her hand on my shoulder and said, "This grade does not define you. What you do next will." The next afternoon, I walked into Miss Watson Johnson's office hours, nervous, only to find other students with the same confused expression I had. That alone loosened something in my chest. When it was my turn, she sat with me patiently, breaking down each declension, letting me stumble and try again until the pieces finally clicked. And when I saw a 95% on my next quiz, it did not feel like just a grade. It felt like proof of every person who had stood behind me, pushing me forward even when I doubted myself. Throughout my prep journey, I have been surrounded by people who lifted me up long before I knew how to lift myself. My parents, who would grab their keys without hesitation to drive me to and from prep classes, or sit beside me during late-night homework sessions while the rest of the house fell silent. My brother, who offers the kind of advice only someone who had already survived prep could give. Balancing schoolwork, prep assignments, and after-school activities felt like trying to keep too many things in the air at once. Little by little, I found myself handling everything better, planning my week instead of scrambling through it. Each moment I pushed through that tiredness taught me something real, and all of it kept pointing me toward the same end goal: the chance to step into a school that pushes me, sees me, and gives me room to grow. In the fall, I'll be attending the Horace Mann School. What excites me most comes from what I saw the day I visited. Students playing piano, singing in the music room, running across the field. I can picture myself trying out for the band, trying out for a play, or sitting in the cafeteria with new friends. Horace Mann feels like the next big step, a place where I could take everything prep has given me and grow even stronger. I am grateful for every moment that has shaped my prep journey. This program has helped me discover strengths I didn't know I had. I am proud of what I've accomplished, thankful for the prep community, and ready for what comes next. As I move forward to Horace Mann, I will carry these lessons, these memories, and this confidence with me. Thank you.